This is the Pronator Teres. It's one of 6 caudal antebrachial muscles in the dog. There are 4 main ones. The 4 main ones are the flexor carpi radialis, the flexor carpi ulnaris. There's also the flexor digitorum superficialis, the flexor digitorum profundus. We'll be covering all of those muscles at some point. But today we're going to be talking about one of the 2 more minor caudal antebrachial muscles, which is the Pronator Teres, located right here. The other is the Pronator quadratus, and we'll cover that maybe next. So this is the medial view of the right forelimb of the dog. So again, the right forelimb, this is going to be the medial, the inside. This is the humerus, this is the elbow joint, the radius here, and the ulna here. This is going to be cranial, this is caudal. So the Pronator Teres originates here from the medial epicondyle on the humerus. And it crosses over the biceps brachii and the brachialis tentative insertion. So this is a fairly superficial muscle. It's going to be skin, fascia, Pronator Teres. So the biceps brachii is going to come down here and insert into the ulnar tuberosity, split, insert into the radial tuberosity under there. The brachialis is also going to be inserting underneath the Pronator Teres, as is the medial collateral ligament will be underneath both of those. The Pronator Teres is a fairly small muscle. It's about 1/10 the size of the biceps brachii, at least in weight. Proximally here, it's a bit more round, and distally here, it's a bit more flat. The flexor carpi radialis is going to be located here. It's a little bit caudally behind the Pronator Teres. The extensor carpi radialis is going to be located here, cranially, a bit in front of the Pronator Teres. It's going to be running craniodistally down the radius here and inserting into the medial border of the radius, about halfway down the radius, maybe a little bit less. And it's going to insert just below the supinator, which is going to be inserting here, a little bit more proximally in the Pronator Teres into the radius as well. You can probably guess what the supinator does, but we'll cover it in another video at some point. As far as the function of the Pronator Teres, you might have guessed a little bit what its function is because of the name, it's a pronator. So pronating, meaning it rotates the forearm medially. So it's rotating the top dorsal surface of the paw medially. So again, in humans, this is if I pronate, I'm going to be pronating, supinating, putting my palm up. So again, this is a pronator for the dog. It also plays a small role in elbow flexion, as you might guess, as it crosses the elbow joint, and it's located on the cranial side of the elbow joint. It's going to be an elbow flexor, so that isn't really a major role for it. It's mainly going to be working to pronate the forelimb along with the Pronator quadratus, working together to accomplish that goal. It's innervated by the median nerve. It's a muscle that doesn't do a lot of work, and that makes sense because to pronate the forelimb, it doesn't produce a lot of movement, it doesn't produce a lot of displacement, and work is going to be force times displacement. So even though it does not that much force, but it produces a little bit of force, but it doesn't produce very much displacement, and so the total work it does is quite low. But this muscle is really about making small movements and changes and adjustments for the dog as it moves. So it does its job adequately. It's a majority type 2 muscle fibers, making short, small movements to adjust for the dog. That's all I have in the Pronator Teres. Stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more coming soon. So Pronator quadratus will be next. All right. Thanks for watching.